My name is Jennemieke, and I've been working and learning from Dr. Vijith since the past 3 years now. And as you might already know, Sri Krishna Ayurveda is 20 years ago founded by Dr. Vidya and by Dr. Vijith and his wife, Dr. Vidya. And now we are starting our center in Amsterdam, Sri Krishna Ayurveda Holistic Center, BV. And we are delighted also to invite you to the big opening of the center on the 3rd of July. It's at 5 o'clock. We will tell you a bit later more about that. So Dr. Vijith will be in Amsterdam this year from the 3rd of July till the 24th of August. And we are going to offer many different services. So we will also share a link to our website where you can find more information about the services that we are going to hold. But to give you an idea, it's consultations with either Dr. Vidya. She will be there in the first week of July. So she's a specialist in women's health. So you can really take your chance if you have any diseases like PCOS or menopausal problems, anything regarding the women's health diseases. So yeah, that is a very exclusive offer in Amsterdam. And also Dr. Vijith, he will be offering Ayurvedic consultations during July and August. We also offer you diet and lifestyle advices. You can also book that with me. My name is Jennemieke. And then we have Ayurvedic therapeutic massages, which we offer. We have a very nice 2-weekend massage training. This is held on the July 26th and 27th, and also on August 9 and 10. Then we also offer free morning practices for self-healing, where we will do different things like meditation, pranayamas, chantings, things like that. So that will be from Tuesdays until Fridays, from 6 a.m. until 7 a.m. And then we also are going to offer lectures. Dr. Vijith will do that from Mondays till Thursdays, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., so 1 hour, on different topics of Ayurvedic topics. And then we have the 4-weekend self-healing masterclasses, in which we are going to tell you much more today. So this will be held over 4 weekends, July 5 and 6. And that is actually the first weekend. It's about women's health. And Dr. Vidya, as I told you, she's the specialist in women's health. And so she will join this weekend specifically together with Dr. Vijith. He will be giving more like an introduction to the concept of self-healing and the basic tools. But Dr. Vidya, she will really give her depths and breadths of her insights that she has gained during her clinical work experience. So on different topics like ovulation, menstruation, pregnancy, postnatal care. So that's very interesting, of course. So a lot of interesting information is awaiting for you to be shared with you. And I would like to also invite with that Dr. Vidya now, so she can give a short introduction about herself and this first weekend masterclass. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennemieke. Namaste all. So happy and excited to be here. And very delighted to open our center in Holland, in Amsterdam. So we are working in Sri Krishna since 20 years. And so as a part of Guru Dakshina, Dr. Vijith is starting the center. Like it is his guru's vision to spread Ayurveda, the genuine Ayurveda in the whole world. So he's following his words and hope the world will be benefited from that to a better health and to a better future. So namaste once again, and myself, Dr. Vidya, wife of Dr. Vijith, and we together started Sri Krishna Ayurveda, and then actually I am after my studies from the Trivandrum Government Ayurveda College, which is the first Ayurveda college in Asia. I had some Gurukula kind of training with one of very famous Vaidyas. And then after marriage, I also have the opportunity to meet Dr. Vijith's Guru and get some training under him. So later on, I started practicing. I got selected as a medical officer in the government sector and started practicing in the government sector, because in India, in Kerala, the government is offering every healthcare system, like not only the Western medical system, but Ayurveda, homeopathy, different medical system for everyone from the government sector as well. That is specifically addressing poor people, the people who can't give much money or who can't afford the real expensive medical treatments, etc. So this will be, the government will be giving these treatment facilities, Ayurvedic, homeopathic, Western system, and different Siddha is also there. So I am working in that sector as a Ayurveda doctor. So since I started my practice, I am experienced, like I am more seeing women cases, gynecological cases, and I can help women with Ayurvedic wisdom. And I was, with Dr. Vijith's guidance, with Guru's guidance, we could handle different cases. And I also want to spread that knowledge to everyone, as Dr. Vijith helped me to do that. Thank you, Dr. Vijith, for that, for helping me in that. And so in this program, I will be dealing with the first weekend. I will be dealing with women's health, specifically to the reproductive health of women. So when you look into the whole life force, we can see the biological purpose of the life is to make next generation. Actually, that is making the world lively. Life is evolving in the world, either as like a plant, animal, bird, or human. But whatever it may be, the main purpose is to give, it's to grow, to mature, and produce the next generation. And later, leaving the physical body, that is dying off. Even the seasons are actually helping in this manner. You can see, like when the spring is coming, new buds are coming, new blossoms are coming. So the fertile factor of earth, plants, and animals are becoming stronger. So coming to Ayurveda, our classics describes about the 3 pillars of life. That is Ahara, Nidra, and Abrahmacharya. And Abrahmacharya is nothing but the reproductive health. So you can imagine, so when it is divided under 3, one among the 3 is the reproductive health. So you can imagine the importance of reproductive health given by Ayurveda. Even Ayurveda is told as Ashta Angas, the 8 branches of Ayurveda. One among 8 branches is Vajikarana, that is the aphrodisiac science, which is also dealing with the reproductive health. So One, as in the Western system, there is like general medicine, pediatrics, or gynecology. In the same way, Ayurveda having one branch. Ayurveda have 8 branches, and among these 8 branches, one branch is just dealing with this reproductive health, that is the Vajikarana or the aphrodisiac science. So Ayurveda classics explains the existence of word itself as the union of Prakriti and Purusha. Here Prakriti is the mother nature itself. And Prakriti or nature is resembling the women. When coming to the human, the women is the resemblance of Prakriti itself. So that is why the women's get considering the reproductive health is important. And then coming to the reproductive health, the women's reproductive health is much important because it is resembling as the Prakriti itself. And when dealing with all these gynecological conditions or prasuti, etc., so there are 4 factors which is helping or which is contributing into the conception. That is Ritu, Kshetra, Ambu, and Bija. Ritu is the ovum. Kshetra is the uterus. And Ambu is the nourishment of the fetus. And Bija is the semen. So when you look on these 4 factors, only 1 factor is from the male part. All other 3 parts are from the female part. So then you can understand the importance of women in the next generation. So that is why women health or women's reproductive health is given much importance than the male part. So for making a healthy generation or a healthy world, the female reproductive health is much more important. So I will say everyone should give much knowledge or awareness of their menstrual health, their physical body, and understand what is happening in their body, not just flowing with the what is happening. If there is no menstrual cycle, yeah, I am happy that I don't want to worry about it. So but you should understand that is not normal. So the menstrual cycle is important for your, not only for your reproductive health but also for your general health, because the menstrual cycle is considered as a purification for women. So if there is no menstrual cycle, menstruation is blocked, then definitely within months or days or in years you may get different problems, not only like skin diseases or obesity or such diseases you may follow when the menstruation is not happening properly. Other than that, when you look on to this hormonal thing and this reproductive health, all these hormones are not just for reproduction, but it also have much more role in the bone health, emotional health, psychological health, brain health, and also on the skin, hair, etc. So it's not only like a physical well-being, but like it gives you emotional well-being, gives you psychological balance. So the uh, balancing this women reproductive health is not just for the next generation, but also to balance all these factors: the brain, bone health, the external, even skin, hair, the complexion, psychological health, etc. So to have the next generation is very personal choice. Like it can be like some people I know, most Western people may not be interested to have, not most, but some may not be interested have the next generation. But to have like a healthy reproductive hormones, reproductive organs or reproductive body is very important for associated health, like to have good emotions, good psychological factors, and to have a good brain, and so to have a very good social well-being. So I expect you are present with us for this beautiful journey. We wish you all a very good health, and all the best for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vidya, for sharing your time and your wisdom with us. Now, we would like to let you know that we have an exclusive offer, if you had not seen that yet, for the people who are here today, that if you want to join the masterclasses, that we will offer you a 20% discount. Other people who are not here, we have still a 10% discount, which is going on until the 20th of June. So if you have any friends or people like that, you can tell them about it. And then we would also like to let you know, because we can see few people here also being like they are not maybe from Amsterdam. So if you are not from Amsterdam and you are not able to come here, then maybe you can also join the classes by Zoom, which we will make possible, and so you can contact us about that option. So we will make that possible also. So soon I'm going to give the word to Dr. Vijith, and afterwards we will have a Q&A session in where you can ask any questions which are arising. So you do not have to wait to write down until we are at the question and answer session. You can just type it into the chat box, and so whenever there are questions arising, just type it in, and we will look after Dr. Vijith has finished his talk. We will look at the questions, and then we can keep that flowing nicely. So yes, now I would like to give the word to my guru, Dr. Vijith Sasidhar. Thank you for being here and for sharing your wisdom with us.
Namaste, everybody. So as usual, I will quickly go into a salutation prayer for my Guru, and we will start. Sahanau avatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinau adhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Pavitramastu. Salutations to my master and to all the seers of ancient India who brought down this wisdom of Ayurveda to this planet Earth. Namaste, everybody. First of all, I would thank all of you for your presence, and for Jenny for opening the session, and for Dr. Vidya for sharing her thoughts in this occasion. As Jenny has already said, and also Dr. Vidya has already said, it's a great mission that we have been doing since many years to bring this ancient wisdom of Ayurveda for reducing the human suffering and establishing well-being as much as possible in this world since many years. And we are making a big milestone of starting a center in Amsterdam in coming July. And when we have been planning about the activities, what we want to do, one of the very important and innovative thing what we wanted to do is starting a self-healing masterclass. So my guru used to say, even just learning and understanding Ayurveda itself is healing. So learning, understanding, and incorporating Ayurvedic principles, especially from the treatises, it's a big, great opportunity what we have, that humanity has preserved scriptures intact, which was written down 2,000, 3,000 years ago, 2,000, 3,000 years ago. It's a great privilege that we can sit today in 2025 and interact with the minds and the thoughts and the understanding of people who kind of realized the truth and shared their strong views on life and healing. And the word self-healing in some way have no meaning, because there is no healing without self, right? So when you say healing, it is already understood that it is the self that heals. But we are in an era where I have to say, see, it is self-healing, because the mindset of the people is very consumeristic. People think, when I pay for my insurance, then my health is the responsibility of the insurance company. Or you think you can fix your health by taking a pill or taking some supplements, or then it becomes the job of a surgeon or somebody or a therapist to fix you. So it seems that humans has withdrawn from the basic responsibility of self-sustenance. So it is because of that we have to say it is self-healing. So one of the very first statement which I always make, which I have to make in all the contexts, even in front of a patient who sit in front of me, that I cannot heal you. I don't believe anybody else can heal you. It's not just me. I don't believe that any doctor can heal you. I don't believe any medicine can heal you. I don't believe that any therapy can heal you. But why we do exist is to create an environment, a possibility where you and your healing capacity is enhanced and is facilitated to strive and focus and target towards healing. So I just want to make this idea very clear in front of all my friends who has gathered online here, that even when you undergo an organ transplantation, what the surgeon can do, the surgeon can take out a damaged organ and either put another organ or a part of the organ from a donor or sometimes a machine and suture it and connect it, the blood vessels, the epithelial linings, the innervations, and leave it. And don't think that heals. A suture cannot heal, but a suture is a prayer for healing, is bringing two ends together. Even when you have a wound, maybe somebody can bring the two ends of the wound together and suture, which allows the healing to happen. But that continuity which has been lost can only be re-established by yourself. So healing is the innate nature of life. So if you want to heal a wound, if you want to heal a damaged tissue or an organ, only you can do that, provided there is an optimum environment for healing. This is the context. So self-healing doesn't mean that now we don't need any medical system, but it is just bringing the concept that even when you are undergoing a surgery or a therapy or taking medications, but healing have to happen from within. The Sanskrit word for health is called swasthyam. I just want all of you who are here to remember this word, swasthyam. It is only just two letters, swasthyam. Is the word in Sanskrit for health. We will split that word. Always Sanskrit is combining and joining. So when you split this swasthyam, it has two words then, swa and thyam. Swa means self, yourself. And thyam or stha means situated, stable, stability. So now you have two words, situated and then yourself. So there are two interpretations to this word. Both the interpretations are very important. The first interpretation I want to present to you is that when you are seated in yourself, so I connect these two words, self and seated, by using the word in. So when you sit in yourself, that is health. That means most of the time you are not sitting in yourself. Even I have heard people complaining to me or telling me that I am staying outside my body. Maybe you might have heard this. I am not able to even enter into my body. I don't feel my body. Even sometimes people are even not in their body even. But that is a bit of an exaggerated states where even I might have seen many people throughout my 23 years of practice who complain this to me, that they are not able to enter into their body. They can see themselves from outside. They're completely aswastha, situated even outside your body. That is an exaggerated state, but most of us are lost in our minds. Most of us are lost in our emotions. And most of us live for your mind, think that you are your emotions and your mind, your mentalities, your feelings. And even I would dare to use this word that most of us are slaves of mind. Most of us are slaves of mind. We are ruled by the mind. Okay, then now the question comes, then who is yourself? So when you say, when you are situated in yourself, that is what is health, then you have a question like, who is this self? Who am I, right? So this very fundamental question, who am I? Who is the self? Is the very basic question that you have to address, without which health is not possible. At least we should know that I am not my body. We should know that I am not my mind. We should know that I am not my intelligence. We should know that I am not my ego. And whatever I have said until now is or are things that keep changing. So it is not the same body that started speaking to you who is speaking to you now. And it is not the same body which started listening to me who is listening to me now. Hopefully you know this. Every second, there are thousands of cells that are dying in your body. And every second, there are thousands of cells that are reborn in your body. So if you are your body, every moment you are reborn. Even you can see this argument was put forward by Buddha and Buddhism. This is one of the basic conflict between Buddhism and Vedic wisdom. Buddhism said, Sarvam Kshanikam Kshanikam. Everything is momentary. Nothing is static. Everything is momentary. The basic difference between Buddhism and Vedic understanding is that Vedas postulate very scientifically and systematically existence of Atma, which is totally different from mind. A soul which is the master and the source of everything. Whereas Buddhism doesn't accept that. They say that mind is the ultimate being in you, and it is momentary because mind keeps changing. In Veda we say, so Ayurveda we say, mind is optional. So you had some idea about yourself when you started beginning to listen to me, and already your thoughts and concept about you has already changed. But this is only happening in your mind, it is not in your soul. Or in other words, one of the simplest logic that Indology, Vedic philosophy uses to postulate that the self or the Atma exists is that if there is nothing changeless in this paradigm of everything else changing, how would you appreciate change? Your body is changing, your thoughts, your sentiments, your beliefs, even your idea of who you are, even your intelligence, everything is changing. So if everything was just changing, who will appreciate this change? So there is something changeless who is appreciating all these changes. And he is Atma. He's a soul. So this knower who manifests as your mind, your senses, your body, and take birth into this universe is the self. So Ayurveda defines that you are the one who connects all the memories and all the knowledges that you had from birth to this point. So you read a book yesterday, half the way, and you slept. And today you again opened the book. Even though you don't have the complete memory of all the words, all the sentences that you have read, which is mind. So to remember, memory and knowing are two different processes. So even if you don't remember all the sentences, all the images, all those paragraphs and the statements that you read yesterday, but you know it. When you read today, you are reading it as a continuation of what you read yesterday. So the one who connects these memories, the Anusandhata, is the soul. And we will have to explore a little bit more about how to differentiate your soul with your mind, which we will do in another introductory class, which is again going to be online, available and free on 3rd of July, because I want to move on to another topic now, where I will try to differentiate what is exactly mind, how to experience and feel, okay, this is my mind, and this is my soul. This is something which we need to know, and know means not by reading, but by feeling. We should have a subjective personal feeling, okay, this voice is coming from my mind, and this is where I am. Or in simple words, they say the soul is the knower, is the one who knows, not the one who thinks, but the one who knows is Atma. We will go a bit deeper into that concept of what is the difference between soul and mind later. We will do that exercise on 3rd of July. But swastha, or the healthy person, meaning that when you are situated in yourself, when you are stabilized in yourself, means when the I consciousness, most of the time, the ego, the I consciousness is even connected with your job, is even connected with your relationship, is even connected with your nationality, is even connected with so many things. You think that you are, much something bigger than who you are. So as you go away and away from you when you think that you are a wife or a husband or a daughter or a mother or a sister, or and then a CEO or a secretary, or or then you are again growing away from you, and you fail to be healthy because you have gone so far away from you. And when you come to yourself, there is another beautiful thing happening, that you feel that you're one with everything. In the other ego, you're limiting yourself to certain people, okay, father or wife, or you're limiting yourself. You are not open. You limit yourself to certain people, certain substances, certain places, certain countries, certain jobs, certain companies. So what happens energetically is that you are blocking the infinite energy, the infinite identity that you are. So we will further discuss this topic of who you are and what is the right identity. Or in another way, you move from a false ego to a super ego, a small you to a huge we. I don't exist anymore, only we exist. We understand that the concept of I is an illusion. I don't exist. That whatever you thought I was an illusion, and we is the reality. And that is a huge state of stability. It is a huge state of unity, and it is a huge state of infinite love and blissfulness. It's a freedom. It's a complete freedom. Once you realize that I am not all these things what I thought, but I am this infinite self, when you experience, not intellectually, not with your mind, but when you experience, if you can experience that for a moment, probably you can be healthy for a few years. If you can experience it for a few hours, probably you can break chains of life and death. So this is the concept of swastha, being seated in you, not lost in false you. So remember, whenever you have a pain, you are going far and far away from you. And whenever you experience joy, remember, let it be by watching a movie, let it be by enjoying a good food, let it be by having sex, let it be anything, you're coming close to yourself. You remember, coming close to yourself is the only way to be joyful. You see, when you are enjoying the best food, at the end you will close your eyes. When you enjoy the most, you cannot keep your eyes open. You close your eyes because it's only happening when you are completely in yourself. Even in orgasm, even when you enjoy a great music, you are not like looking like this, but you just close your eyes and get it. It's happening inside. So this is the limited introduction into this concept of swasthya, where music can heal, nature can heal, dance, anything that can put you into this right identity, into the substratum, into the source, will heal. That is the first interpretation of swasthya. And the next interpretation is probably more important for practitioners, physicians like me. The other interpretation is important for a person who is trying to be healthy. Whereas the next interpretation is important for people who help people to be healthy. What is it? Self-stabilized, self-sustained is the word for healthy. So, of course, healthiness or health is a state of stability and sustenance, but by the self, sustained by the self. So this is very important to understand. Even for people who are trying to get healthy, should understand that nobody else can sustain you. Nobody else can stabilize you. Only yourself can sustain you. So as you know, in Ayurveda, we have a panchakarmas, 5 purificatory therapies. So then I will tell to my clients, maybe there are a few people who might have come here in this group. I cannot vomit for you. I'm sorry. Only you have to vomit for yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. You have to purge. You have to sniff and spit. You have to let your blood out. Nobody else can do it for you. So to heal is the innate nature of life. So Raka Samhita, one of the ancient scripts, speaks about basic duties and instincts of life. The first instinct is called pranayashanam. The effort to sustain your prana, your life. That is the basic responsibility of life. So you see, Dr. Vidya was trying to tell you that, one of the biological purpose of life is to even reproduce another life, to make sure that the life continues. Even when you perish, when your body perish, to make sure that there is life continuing. So sustaining life is the fundamental tendency of life. You see, you plant a tree anywhere, its root will grow towards water. It can break rocks, go meters, sometimes even kilometers in search of water. You plant a tree in shade, it will grow towards light. It is the innate nature of life. So the innate wisdom is there in you as an instinct, in your body, in your mind, in your intellect, and goes beyond anything in yourself, in your soul. So we call the basic 5 elements combining each other in your body as 3 doshas. And they are called doshas. I hope all the people who are in this group might have heard of the word dosha. So for me to understand, just respond in the chat box. If you have heard about the word dosha, you say yes. If you have not heard about the dosha, you say no. Everybody. so I can drink a little bit of water. I'm missing some more response. Okay, so far it's all yes. Okay, good. So now there's a problem. What does the word dosha mean? Is the next question. I again request you to use your keyboards and write what you understand by the word dosha. Somebody wrote constitution. Yeah, I want a response from everybody. Energy. Okay, this is a yes. I think it's an answer to the previous question. Okay. Not just okay. Your body and energy type. Yeah, please let us interact. 3 energies. Maybe 1 or 2 people still want to respond. Okay, let us. That's good. That's good enough. Thank you for everybody. Yeah, how your body response is governed by your doshas. Yeah, she's coming closer to the answer. So all the answers are right. All the answers are good as well. But literally, in Sanskrit, the word dosha means trouble, a problem, or a disturbance. That's the word meaning of dosha. See, doshas, as you know, along with another group of substances called dhatus and another group of substances called malas, together make human body. So 3 groups of substances, doshas, dhatus and malas, interact each other and create tissues and organs and human body. So doshas are one of the group of substances that are involved in the manifestation, production of human body. And the word meaning is a trouble. And for the sake of the discussion to continue, I will tell you a straightaway translation that doshas are the functional units of human body. Doshas are functional units of human body. And dhatus are structural units of human body. And malas are metabolic wastes that are produced during the metabolism. So doshas, being the functional units, will operate on the structural units called dhatus and will create tissues and organs. And in this process of producing human tissues and human organs out of dhatus, waste, metabolic waste, malas will be produced, which has to be pushed out or placed somewhere. So this is the picture. And now the question is, when human body's functions are under the control of a group of substances called doshas, why they are named as a trouble? Because the text says it has the independent capacity to get imbalanced and to imbalance all other things in the body. So substances which has the capacity to get imbalanced by itself and then to imbalance others are called as doshas. And why? The functional units of human body has to have the imbalancing capacity. It is part of this self-sustenance. You see, it is part of this self-sustenance because whenever you are invaded by a wrong food, whenever you are invaded by a wrong thought, whenever you are invaded by a wrong microorganism, whenever you are invaded by a toxic substance, whenever there is harmful physical, biological, or chemical exposure to the body, first of all, the body has to be aware. It has to detect and make the whole consciousness aware that something is going wrong. So if you are not understanding that a microorganism has entered, or your body was exposed to fire, or there was an injury happening, if there was no pain, healing can never happen. So a pain, which is the fundamental symptom, ruksamanya, even the word roga, disease, is from the same root, pain. So no disease are your enemies. That's the first important thing to understand. Diseases are not really problems. Diseases are not your enemies. They are effort of yourself to understand that there is something wrong going on with you. Let it be psychological symptoms like depression, burnout, anxiety, irritability, or let it be even fever, diarrhea, vomiting, joint pain, you name it, cancer, whatever. It is all effort of your own body, your own mind, your own consciousness to alarm you that there is something wrong going on. Or even in medical terminology, even in modern science, Western science, they say inflammation is the basic defensive mechanism of all vertebrates, including human beings. So every disease is inflammation, and every disease is a defense. And even in modern medicine, the first chapter of a pathology textbook. You buy a pathology textbook and read the first chapter of a pathology textbook. It is called Inflammation and Healing. Inflammation and healing. Inflammation is the only way to heal. There is no gain without pain. So when body increases temperature, which is called calor, which is one of the basic symptoms of inflammation, is to catch flame. It's fire. What is body trying to do? Body is trying to increase the temperature so that if it is a microorganism invading, it cannot survive there. It will invite more circulation there. It will fasten the metabolism there. And pain is limiting movements so that the person is conscious of something going wrong. It can be in a joint, can be in your belly, it can be in your heart, in your head. You identify the location of the problem. You limit the movements or the function of the problem, which itself is most of the time healing. So if you look at all the symptoms, including the swelling, the edema, they say why there is edema or why there is water flushing into the area is to dilute the cause. Is to dilute the cause. So it is all the symptoms, what you produce are efforts of your body, your mind, your consciousness to fight against something which is invading you, is harming you. So every disease is part of self-healing. We have to understand that. Every disease is one step towards healing. It is telling you something. So we say, if you go to our website, which you should do, my colleague has to now post the link of our website. Probably, I think we have taken enough time and effort for months together. Jennemieke has contributed considerably into that website, collecting all her learnings and teachings. We put a lot of insights there. So in our consultation page, we have said every disease is an inner call. Every disease is an inner call. Are you ready to listen to it? Is the invitation for our consultation. So, a physician is only trying to subserve what body is trying to do. This anti-inflammatory, anti-histamic, all this anti is not always a good thing. Ayurveda says always doing things against what body is doing is not the treatment. An anti-inflammatory, anti-pruritic, anti-whatever, you name it. Even now, there are immunosuppressants, which you call as medicines. This is not what is really treatment. Treatment is trying to understand why body, mind, and self is producing this response which is painful. It is an inner call. Body is telling you very clearly something what you're doing physically, verbally, mentally, spiritually is wrong. So my guru used to tell me or tell us, don't treat if you don't find the cause. It's a clear instruction. If you don't find a cause, don't treat. You cannot treat. What are you going to treat? Why a baby is crying, putting something into the mouth as we do, huh? We don't do it in India. Hello, sorry. This is not a treatment. It's calling for something. It's calling for help. So listening, at least listening. What is it? When is it? When it started? How it started? What did I do when it started? Did I move from somewhere to somewhere? Did I had a new person in my life? Or did I had a new habit in my life? What is it? And most of the time it is multifactorial. It's not unifactorial. It's not one thing, but there can be a main leading triggering cause. And Ayurveda divides the causes of diseases into two. Because there are many divisions, but practically very important classification. There are only three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. I know that you know it. I don't ask again on a question to chat. So we have Vata, we have Pitta, we have Kapha. And I said they are your friends, they are not your enemies, they are your bosses. Huh? They are your lords, they are gods. But to protect you, they produce so many diseases. So three doshas produce a innumerable number of diseases. Why? Why only not three diseases? If there are three doshas, maybe if it was easier for physicians to treat if there was only three diseases. Unfortunately, there are multiple diseases. So three doshas, but multiple diseases. Why? Of course, you can say it is permutations and combination. It is not just that. The same dosha with the same character, the same element. You know that there are kapha is made of earth and water. Huh? So when there is a running nose, can you say which is the element imbalanced? Just type it. When somebody is having a running nose, which element is imbalanced? Can you write it? Excellent. That's it. Record. It is water, right? So the same water, when it comes out of your nose, you will call it as, of course, running nose or rhinitis, right? And when the same water comes out of your eye, what you will call it as? You'll call it as conjunctivitis. And the same water start dripping on your throat, you will call it as pharyngitis, right? So then the same water coming out of your ear, something is oozing up, otitis, right? So see, the same kapha, but not just kapha, only specifically water element and specific same symptom, discharge or secretion of water, which is abnormal from various parts of the body. We put different names. So it is the same process, same mechanism, same reaction produced in various locations is called in different names. So now there are two important factors. First factor of disease is imbalance of doshas. Second factor is imbalance of locations, or in specific terminology, Ayurveda will say imbalance of channels. or Sanskrit word is srotas. Same dosha imbalancing another srotas, another channel, it has a different name. So when it comes to diseases now, when it comes to self-sustenance, when it comes to self-defense, when there is a problem, you have to think of two things. Which dosha, which location, what reaction, right? So this dosha in this location has a specific reaction. So if you know the location and the dosha, or a bit more scientific, the channel or the srotas and the dosha, then you already know what is the probability. So there are a group of factors that imbalances your channels. There are a group of factors that imbalances your doshas. So you have to think of that. So, of course, I am going to teach also in the coming weeks. So I am straining my respiratory system. So if a person speaks like this every day, definitely your heart or your respiratory system or something will catch some trouble because you're putting a lot of strain. So every action will put some part of your body either into excessive stimulation or improper stimulation or no stimulation or less stimulation. And the fourth possibility is proper stimulation or proper functioning. So when you function an organ or a part of your body or a channel excessively, too less, or improper, that will lead to disease. When you function channels of your body properly, that will lead to health. So it is the function which determines the fate of the structure. I repeat this. It is the function that determines the fate of the structure. So there is a question always, whether the chicken is first or the egg is first. So the same question is whether the function is important or the structure is important. Ayurveda says it's a function which is important. Doshas are the functional units of human body which determines the fate of the structural units called the dhadus. So the most focus should flow towards how you function physically, how you function verbally, how you function emotionally, spiritually. You will find improper, excessive, too less functioning. You have to regulate that to proper functioning. You have to identify factors which imbalance the doshas. You have to identify factors that imbalances structures or specific organs or specific channels in your body. You have to eliminate that. Eliminating the cause is half treatment. I repeat, eliminating the cause is half treatment. The doctor cannot do it. You have to do it. And if you don't eliminate the cause, don't think that even surgery can fix your problem. If there is a cause, there is an effect. Nobody can stop this. So that's why my Guru says, if you don't find the cause, don't treat it. Okay, so I think I have communicated these two main interpretations and the context of the concept of self-healing or healing itself is from the self, but I just add to assert that it is self who heals. And I just wanted to introduce this word swasthyam is two interpretations, stabilizing you and placing you back in yourself, in the right ego, the right identity, and right consciousness, right eye consciousness is one part. The second part is self-sustenance and self-defense, the second part. And as I said before, we have another introductory session, which I do live from Amsterdam on the day of opening of the center. People who are in Netherlands and nearby Netherlands, we warmly and cordially welcome you to be live there and present there in our center in Vasco da Gama Strat, where I will continue this introductory session there as well. And we request the people who are interested to come live to go to our website and register. You can register freely for this free session live in Amsterdam. We invite you with a nicely cooked Ayurvedic meal with Dr. Vidya and Jennemieke. Don't expect me there to cook, Jenny. And so we need kind of to know like how many people are coming. So we really request people to register beforehand so that we know what to be prepared with. So, but the same session, we will also come live from Amsterdam, that you can see, where I would introduce 4 basic pillars of self-healing or healing, and further expand that theory, and we will split it up into 4 weekends, specifically for an introductory again with women's health and the other factors. So I just want to thank you all for your time and interest and presence and listening. We will slowly go for question and answer session. Before that, I will hand over to Jenny for a moment.
Yes. So thank you again. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and this time with us. And that, yeah, it sounds so nice, right? I hope you all got really excited. As me, I will most probably be learning a lot of new things again. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope you all are with me. Yeah, so we wanted to say a few more things that, of course, you can start writing now your question and answer so that Dr. Vijith can take 1 or 2 more sips of water before he answers your questions. And just to remind you also of the 20% discounts, we will be sharing with you the code also in the chat box soon. And also, if you have any other questions which you don't want to ask now, or you want to ask it more privately, then you can always contact me personally, also on my phone number, or you can write us an email to info@srikrishnaayurveda.com. So that is over here in the chat box. You see the details. Yeah. Then what else would we like to share with you? Yeah, maybe it's nice for you to know that, because now we get many questions of where is Dr. Vijith going to be in the time, because maybe people think that he's starting things in Amsterdam and he will not be in India, but that is not like that. He will be in India from September 2025 till April 2026, and then because that is the high season for Panchakarma. And a bit in the lower season, he will go from May till August. He will plan trips around the world. So countries like France, Ecuador, USA, as how Dr. Vidya spoke about it, and also Dr. Vijith, how it is their wish, and my wish also became my wish, and also of the gurus, how it was their wish to share this, the wisdom of authentic Ayurveda. And I think this is why it is so beautiful that Dr. Vijith is doing this now, and that it is not his own little twist that he gives about it and makes up things, but he's really teaching according to the classics, and knowing that his guru was that he was in a long search to find his guru, and it's a beautiful thing that he found him, because his guru was able to chant the whole Ashtanga Hridayam by heart, by his mind, until the old age. He became 99, and he was able to recite these 4,000 sutras by himself, out of his mind. And this is how he has integrated his knowledge, and that is how he wants to share this with you. And through this lineage, you will be able to learn from him these master classes. And I think this is such a great opportunity, and I'm so grateful for that we have this chance to learn from him. So saying that, I want to come to your questions, and I hope Dr. Vijith is ready to.
Can you tell us what can we eat in summer in France when it's hot to well-being, healing using Ayurveda? Thank you. It's a good question. It's about seasons. And in general, it is a time of climate change and global warming. So that is what finally is a big challenge, that the fire increases. So it's all about a balance between fire and water, or it is all about, life is seen as burning water. That is the beauty of life. The human body is mostly water, even chemically or physically. It's just water. But what keeps it together is fire. And it is this beautiful balance of keeping a flame within water without getting the water dried, and keeping the flame under control, that the water is not disturbing it as well. So this is the biggest challenge. So usually in summer, it is the time of two elements, both fire and air, because fire dries the water content and then it becomes airy. Or in my guru's terminology, the sludge becomes the dust. The sludge, which is like from the spring, when the ice melt and the water become excess, and after that, that sludge is formed, and that sludge, or the what you call as kind of a watery earth gets dried and it becomes again dust. So this is Vata and Pitta. So the difference between spring regimen to summer regimen is different. You have to really find out where you are. I cannot completely judge it. So spring can be hot, summer can also be hot. But you have to look at the earth, whether you see sludge or whether you see dust. You understand? So if it is still watery and the earth is not very dry, it is still spring. It is still kapha. Even if it is heat, how a solidified ghee or butter is liquefied by the heat. Kapha gets liquefied and gets imbalanced in spring. So if it is a spring, then you cannot, even if it is hot, you are not supposed to use a lot of cold things because that will again challenge kapha. So you have to drain things still. So in the spring season, when the kapha is melted by the heat, when there is still sludge around you, it's not dust or dry earth. Even if there is hot, you are not supposed to take cold things at that time. You may not take hot things, which might again challenge kapha. Or if you have a person who has kapha constitution or kapha imbalances, you will still use things to drain kapha, even doing nasyas like nasal drops, even emesis, vomiting. So all these cleansing, draining modalities are done in spring when there is kapha constitution or kapha problems. If you don't have both, it is what you are recommended is just to use not too cold, not hot also, and to use food which is like that. Even, of course, in all seasons, things should be cooked, but in that season, still warm food is important. Whereas when the dust is formed or when the summer is clearly set, when the drying has happened, when the water has gone, you can really take cooling things. Cooling, but again, when you say cooling things means it's not again ice, water or frozen water or ice or things like that, which really challenges fire because you also have to take care of your fire. But you can use juices of fruits, especially of cooling nature, which is not too savory. Even you can use even externally creams or cooling things to get your body cooled. So the cooling and oilating things are advised once you make sure that in your body and in the environment, sludge or the kapha is not there, but dryness is setting in. So then you slightly oilate your body with cooling things. It can be coconut oil, it can be oil mixed with ghee and things like that for external application, butter or even ghee itself, coconut oil, etc. for cooking. So more sweet, bitter, tasted things is advisable for spring, whereas sweet predominant things are advised during summer. So when I say sweet predominant things, it doesn't mean that you have to take cakes or sugars or sweet predominant. Ghee is sweet predominant. Rice is sweet predominant. Most of the proteins are sweet predominance, whether it is animal proteins or vegetable proteins. So sweet means it's not, doesn't mean that like a sweet that you buy from a bakery. It's basically something which has the sweet taste is what is advised. and things which are cooling, what is advised during summer, especially in liquid form. Hope that is clear. Have not understood why dosha means trouble. Can you explain? Apologies if you did already. Yeah, I think that is what I was trying to tell you, that why doshas are given that name is because it has the capacity to get imbalanced by itself independently and to imbalance others like dhatus, channels, and organs, etc. So it has the capacity to trouble itself and to trouble others. So it is why doshas are called doshas, because this imbalancing or troubling capability is what makes them dosha. And why they are important? Because only, in our mother tongue, there is a proverb which says, only the child who cries gets food. So it's like your doshas cries for attention, for healing, for cure, right? So they produce trouble, they will trouble you. So you can see, especially when you study Charaka Samhita, throughout the script, they say, don't challenge doshas. They say, don't do this, don't eat this food, that food. Then again, they use the word, don't challenge doshas, right? Again, remind you, don't challenge you have this, so it is as good as you have a police in every country, and you to control the internal problems, and as you have an army for every country to protect you from outside. So they don't walk with flowers, they always walk with guns, right? It is a reality. So it is for protection, but they are walking with guns to protect. They cannot walk with flowers and protect. This is reality. So in your body also, you have doshas who walk with guns, and they are policing you. They are basically defending you. This is why they are called doshas, and I hope that word trouble is clear, because they can really, really trouble you. When you experience, you know it, how annoying it is. Okay, I have not a question. Now I research more information. Thank you, Yana. I have a question about Western diet and 2-3 weeks anti-ama spring Ayurvedic detox. What do you think about it? Is it a good thing? What would you advise about it? Thanks a lot. Yeah. So this is what I said. Definitely, as Olivia has asked, if it is spring now, somebody said it is summer, somebody said it is spring. So you have now decide what is it, and I have already given you the tool. Like if where you are, which country and which location you are, you look at the earth, and you see if it is sludgy, if there is still water content in the earth, then it is still water content in the earth, means on the surface of the earth, not inside the earth. Then it is still spring. If there is wetness and dampness on the surface of the earth, it is still spring. Whereas summer is the time when even grass and things start drying without watering. Things get dried, and even the surface, if you go and examine the surface of agricultural field, etc., you will feel it like a dry thing, you can really easily make them into powder in your hand. So that is when the season is changing from spring to summer, and you will also experience that in the spring you have more respiratory problem, these hay fever and all these kinds of kapha problems. People start getting allergies and things like that happens during spring. And if it is spring, definitely it's the time for cleanse, as I said, not just detox, but also it's a time for nasya, nasal, using some nasal drops and taking out the kapha, even emesis we do here. Even then, to take people who cannot fast even can have either 2 meals plan, or light meal plans, or even soup diet for a few days. So according to how to plan fasting, is an important topic that we will be covering in the weekend, where we are addressing digestive system. Fasting definitely is a very strong tool to heal even cancers. But the thing is, who to fast, who not to fast, how to fast, like how to choose different, like dry fast, absolute fast, to various forms of fast, how long to fast, when to stop fasting. So it's all a topic I cannot really completely address. But Olivia, it's right. If it is spring in the place where you are, it is time for cleanse and detox. Definitely ama reducing thing. And what is ama reducing? Because ama is not one thing. How much of ama is there? What dosha is mixed with ama? Where is the ama located? Accordingly, we have to choose. So these are the tools, basically, what we want to really share during these weekends. So hopefully you get the answer. Thanks for bringing up that. Next question is for Vidya.
Yes. Hello. Yes. So the question is, I am a woman and I don't want to have children. What happens to my reproductive system? Is not having kids not natural or can create a disease? No, it's not that not having kids is going to make a disease. But I think when I mentioned at the end of that talk, I told you that it's not only the reproductive health or the making the next generation, but these hormones related with the reproduction is having much role in the bone health, psychological health, and the skin health, the hair, bones, like the nails and hair. So it's related with general health also. So it's definitely, there are no scientific evidence that not having children is making you into any disease or not. But there are some studies which showing that some percentage of like diseases can happen, like for example breast cancer etc can be happen if you don't have a baby or if you are not conceived because of the hormonal changes. So otherwise it's not like going to be a disease or something, not having children. It's a very personal choice to have children or not. So we want to have reproductive health, not just to have children, but to have the other parts, like the health of the person, the psychological health of the person, the brain health, the bone health, and also the skin and hair. So these are all related with our hormones. So it's not just to having a next generation.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. That's clear. That's not a problem. It's a choice. It's very clear. Well, thank you. So the next question is, the root disease may lie not only in the body, but also in the thoughts, emotions, and imbalances of the mind. Yeah? Is it true? But does Panchakarma also remove such subtle causes? So the question is about whether emotions and imbalances in the mind can lead to disease. That's an interesting question. Rather, Ayurveda will say it is the mind where the diseases are all there. The very first sutra of Ayurveda, especially the treatise that I follow, Ashtanga Hridaya, starts with saying that excessive craving, excessive aversion, too much of self-ego, too much of jealousy, confused state of mind, too much of competitiveness. These are 6 diseases. They are the only diseases. Every other diseases are born from that. That means all psychological, all physical diseases have their base in the mind. Or let us say you had a problem because you ate something wrong. Like, why you ate something wrong? Because you had a affinity towards eat something which was wrong, which is again an imbalance. So all improper actions come from a wrong state of mind. So I always say during my classes, like, usually no animal other than human being will eat when you are not hungry. It should be domesticated. Yeah, it's very difficult. Especially in the wild, no animals will eat when they are not hungry. But we eat. This is the problem. So the diseases come when you go out of, the right way of conduct or how you have to function. So, and why we do that? Because either you are stressed or you are emotional. So, you can trace back things to an improper state of mind, an improper instinct, an improper tendency, which comes out of imbalances in the mind. So, not only uh, psychological problems, but also all the diseases. Or we have many so-called proverbs that I have created. One of my favorite proverb is matter doesn't matter, but mind does matter. Right? I repeat, matter doesn't matter, but mind does matter. So it is the mind which even produce matter. It manifests into matter. So definitely that is the cause. And then the second part of your question, does Panchakarma reverse psychological problems? Of course, it's not just reversing psychological problem. Even it has the whole design of Panchakarma, even reverse spiritual problems. One of the basic thing, when I say Panchakarma, hopefully you are clear that we are not speaking massage or some dhara on your head or something. People may be confusing Panchakarma as these things. Panchakarmas are detox programs. There are 5 procedures like inducing emesis, inducing purgation, doing medicated enemas, nasal cleansing, and bloodletting. These 5 procedures or 5 purificatory therapies, or using 5 natural defensive mechanism of human body, right? To vomit is one of the defense of human body. To purge is the next defense of human body. To fart is the next defense of human body. To spit and take things out of mouth or nose is another instinct. You sneeze and spit. It's another. To bleed is also another instinct. So they are all 5 basic human defenses which can be pathological, but we induce that therapeutically to take things out of your body. So in the whole design of how you prepare you for this Panchakarma, this purificatory procedure, one of the things is being quiet, being observant, which is as good as doing yama, control, niyama, following specific instructions, asana, sitting stably in your room, and maybe you can walk around the room, but not going to the city for another tour, but sitting somewhere. Pranayama, pratyahara, withdrawing your senses from all distraction. What I was trying to explain you is the same. You are no more the CEO or whatever you was. You have to be just the manager of your body and mind. So you pull yourself, your focus, your senses are withdrawn. Then we give you ghee, and you have to think whether you have digested it or whether you get burps with the ghee burps. You are given with new duties just to listen to you, your body, your senses, your reactions, whether you feel bloated, whether you feel hungry, whether you are thirsty, how you feel light, Can you feel your fire? So you start doing dharana. Dharana, what is dharana? Locking your mind in one place. Deshabandha chittasya dharana. So you start focusing in one place. Then dhyana, you start meditating on your digestive fire. See, so all these Ashta Angas of yoga is incorporated into the very design of Panchakarma. You go back as a yogi. Hopefully, don't attain samadhi yet. So definitely, it is not just purifying your body. It gives you a lot of self-control. It purifies. Even many things come up. People I know, I can see. Remember people who were here in this group. Many emotions come up. Many memories come up. Many things flare up, and then things go out. Even emotionally, people cry. You purge and you express and you get rid of. So the matter, when a matter is imbalanced and stagnant in your body, it is a karma. It is a group of actions that you have been holding. It can be even something that even you were poisoned with, even bad thoughts which has come to you, even spiritual energies which has been sent to you. Even it's all even those energies can be taken out. So it is not just a physical purification. It is a psychological, emotional reset, and rather a spiritual cleanse. Even I personally have seen many exorcisms, especially during emesis. People screaming out and vomiting. And I still remember a naturopath from US just clinging me like a child after emesis, not leaving me for uh, many minutes because she could not just tolerate that feeling of getting rid of a very bad energy, and she was shaking for many minutes. So even what a purification can do is not just physical. With this matter that you take out, is not just the emotions, but also so many karmas, so many spiritual energies. So it is a spiritual preparation which was even done for sages and saints before they enter for the biggest practice, to prepare their body, mind, and spirit to get rid of bad karmas, bad energies, bad doshas, and it's almost like a rebirth. Thank you for asking the question. Somebody has to quit. Jennemieke has posted the weekends. That's good. Okay. How can I integrate Ayurveda into daily routine to prevent future illnesses? Of course, that's also a big topic, like how to set a dinacharya, a daily regimen, which is also something which needs a bit more of a discussion. I don't think I can just answer this question like this. So Ayurveda has chapters called as daily regimen, seasonal regimens, and many chapters about how to control your mind, how to address your body sense, like urges. So there are many advices which has to be incorporated into your life. It needs learning. So it is out of this conviction that we are running this master class, because I cannot say all these things during a consultation. How many hours can I speak? So we decided that we will bring all the patients to one platform, and even whoever want to learn, need not be patients, who want to take preventive steps, to one platform where we can discuss, because it's many things are common, and then we can discuss how to customize that. So I cannot completely answer that question, but that's one of our topics during our self-healing master classes. Okay. Mutation. Now I must drive away. Okay, good. So how do you explain functional ovarian system Ayurveda? Do you want to answer that, or?
Yes, yeah. functional ovarian cyst. How do you explain functional ovarian cyst in Ayurveda? Yeah. So usually, during ovulation, one of these ovum become bigger, and then that will rupture, and the egg will be coming out. But in some cases, this will not mature, and the ovum may not come out, and that will become like a water-filled cyst. So usually with your food regulations and lifestyle changes, these will be reducing. It's like a water-filled thing, like a pimple or something which is coming to your body, as Dr. Vijith was explaining, like too much kabha or too much mucus through running nose, or in the same way, the excessive kabha or mucus is locating in ovary or like ovarian follicle. That is happening in this ovarian cyst. With lifestyle changes and dinacharya regulation, this can be corrected. It's not like if you treat, like if you address it in proper time, it may not be harming. It's not changing into any tissue damage or anything. So it will be corrected with the lifestyle changes only.
Good.
Yeah.
So thank you. I think it's a good time to conclude. I will hand over the mic to Jenny. Before that, I would like to thank you all again and put one more request, and to spread this this news that this our effort is to bring this practically applied wisdom of Ayurvedic lifestyle, Ayurvedic understanding about life, this profound knowledge, to people who are interested in self-care and to prevent diseases and to get out of the diseases, and also for health professionals who want to have a larger perspective about health. So please spread the word among the interested people. Please share the links. We will also probably post this whole live session in our YouTube channel. Please share it to friends who might be interested, and please bring and share that contact also with us so that we can reach them. So as Dr. Vidya and Jenny said, our whole intention is to spread the flame. So my guru's word is, let the lineage spread like forest fire, is the call from my guru, which we are trying to do. So I think yes, you yeah, you have one more free master classes, one master class, which is on 3rd July, which we will share the link to all the people who have attended. And please also share that link to all interested people, and let the flame go. So I invite Jenny to conclude the session. Thank you. Thank you all. Namaste.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all indeed for joining us today. I am very looking forward to seeing hopefully many of you, and also just don't hesitate to call me or to write an email if you have any questions. We will be available for you. So having said that, we also really hope to see you on the 3rd of July. So I have in the chat box up here, I have shared all the activities and all the informations. So you can just look on the website. Please, if you have any questions, just contact us. And on the 3rd of July, we have again, we will also do it online indeed, but Dr. Vijith, he will speak here. There will be some live demonstrations. Then there is also, of course, some nice Ayurvedic food in where Dr. Vijith is not going to help to cook, is what he says now. But he will probably put a touch of Ayurveda spices on top. So, and yeah, for that, we would really like that you can register, because that will really help us to know how much food we can prepare. So yeah, I think that is it for now. If I miss anything, please just let me know, Dr. Vijith, and otherwise I would like to thank everybody very much. Namaste, and we hope to see you soon.